kids without a mom, husband without a wife. Grow up. It's time to grow up right now.
Meet 17-year-old Jordan Buckley, a teenage killer who thought he could get away with taking the life of an innocent woman. But his plan is about to go up in flames, all because of one phone call.
Jordan Buckley apparently was one of the two boys at the park who partook in the branch falling down and hitting Miss Schafer.
Now, as he tries to lie his way out,
I don't know what happened, Chris, and I've had to live with this for almost a month.
Jordan will realize that neither he nor his partner in crime can escape the law.
He's never been away from me. You can't take him to jail. There's bad people there.
A woman lost her life and you knew it.
On September 2nd, 2019, dispatch in Hocking County, Ohio received a distressing 911 call from one of the most peaceful places in the county, Hocking Hills State Park.
911, where's your emergency?
Okay, we're at Hocking Hills, and a huge tree branch fell on this lady. If you got to.
Okay, take a breath. You're at Old Man's Cave?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened?
A tree branch fell on her.
No words could truly describe the scene. In beautiful Hocking Hills State Park, 46-year-old photographer and mother of four, Victoria Schafer, was eagerly taking senior pictures for some local students. When she sat down on the steps of Old Man's Cave, she was suddenly crushed by a 74-pound, 6-foot-long tree limb that came crashing from above. She was killed instantly, and immediately, law enforcement knew it was no accident. It was clear to them that someone had thrown the log from one of the upper trails. But they didn't find out who until they got an unexpected call from a student pointing them in the right direction.
A girl at the bus with Bailey, her now ex-boyfriend, Jordan Buckley apparently was one of the two boys at the park who partook in the branch falling down and hitting Miss Schafer. I didn't know about this until this morning on the bus when Bailey told me, but she has a message on her phone. I don't know if she's deleted it now that she's told me or not, but of him saying that there's something serious happened. It was right after apparently the incident at the park, that something serious happened at the park and that he needs to talk to her, but he can't send it over text. And then apparently on the 3rd at school, he told her what happened. He says he's not the one who hit it. His friend who he's with was, but I don't know his friend's name.
Thanks to this girl's call, police finally had a suspect to narrow in on, which quickly grew into two: 16-year-old Jaden and 17-year-old Jordan, two Logan High School students who were known to have been at the park the day of the incident. The following footage has been provided to us via FOIA request from the Hocking Hills County Sheriff's Department. Because both of the boys are minors, they are legally allowed to have their parents present for their interrogation. Jaden is joined by his mother. Unfortunately, her jokes fall about as flat as her son's lies are about to.
Hey. I've been sitting in for 2 hours. I'm ready to go bonkers.
Mama, have you sat that seat? Gina, have you sat that seat?
I'm Troy Newman. I'm your investigator for Indiana.
Hi, I'm Tammy.
Tammy, I'm Dustin. I'm an
Hi.
investigator with the sheriff's office.
Jaden.
What is it? Jaden. I'm Dustin. Investigators.
I was in a good mood when I got here. I sat in here for 2 hours.
Yeah, we're
Sorry,
sorry.
you're in there.
Are you kidding me? I've been sitting in here for 2 hours waiting on you guys.
Oh, we were busy doing something.
I know.
That's why, yeah. So
I gotta
if
be
I-
done in 15
if I do
minutes.
that. Hello? Okay, we're good? Cool. Okay, we're good.
Good for what?
Good talk.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I was making sure. So, Mom, what was your name, Tammy?
yeah, my name's Tammy.
T-A-M-N-Y.
M-Y. You're from the Hocking County Sheriff's Office. You know my guy Donnie then, probably.
Who?
Donnie Kiger.
I do.
Yeah.
Was that?
That's my man.
Oh, yeah, I know Don very well.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've been together for years.
What was your last name?
Yeah, he would have been here if I knew it was going to take 2 hours to talk to you.
Little does she know the only reason it took 2 hours was because police were questioning her son's friend, Jordan Buckley, and the things he had to say would probably make her do worse than ask for a manager.
What happened to the officer, the guy that I was supposed to talk to?
Officer Campbell?
No.
The other officer. Shaw? Captain Johnson?
Yeah, where'd he go?
He's in another room. He's in another room.
Oh, he's like, well, I need to speak with you and Jaden. And then I'm like, where's he at?
Oh, no, he's
He
in
never
another room
said
talking
that
to
we
somebody
were
else.
talking to you guys. He said we were talking to him.
We're his guys.
You are his guys?
We
But
are
you're a
his
sheriff
guys.
department guys. He's like a forest ranger guy.
Yeah. So what we do when there's a investigation involving different jurisdictions, we form a partnership and we actually work together.
Okay.
So we work together all the time.
Got you.
You got me now?
Yeah.
All right.
Who can't hear us? Are we getting recorded or something?
Well, everything we do is audio.
Oh, then
video
I can
recorded.
record it too then, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Getting the kids lunch. I'll be right back. Jaden, they are out of chicken sandwiches. Would you like something else?
No, just take it. Every time he eats lunch here, they're out of everything. You done with me. I'll feed you something good. Thank you. Out of cheese sauce, out of hamburgers. It never gets a piece of milk here.
I'm not so sure they'll be able to get something better in juvie, but at this point, that seems completely lost on Jaden and his mother. Detectives read Jaden his rights, then begin the interrogation in earnest.
What do you like doing?
Riding my bike,
What do you ride?
right in town. I usually go to Lancaster Skate Park.
Go where?
Lancaster Skate Park,
Okay.
the BMX place right beside the pool.
They don't work for the natural resources. Like going out to hiking, do anything.
I mean, I like to hunt.
Dude,
I like to duck hunt and that stuff, but hiking, I don't really like walking a lot, so I just ride my bike a lot and stay in town with my friends.
who's your friends?
Johnny, Cole, Garrett. Just a lot of football players.
You used to play football?
I've played every sport.
Ran track?
I tried to run track one year and then I got all my stuff and I didn't have to write GPA for it, so I wasn't allowed.
You played football this year? Did you play last year?
No, I quit sports a couple years back, but
How about say Johnny and Cole? Who else?
Garrett.
About Jordan.
Jordan? He's my friend. What's Jordan though? I know a lot of Jordans.
Jordan. Buckler.
Buckley.
Buckler.
I mean, he's a great under me and I've hung out with him before. He rides scooters with me sometimes.
What about Miranda?
Miranda? I know her.
Asia?
Yes, I know her too.
What's your last name?
I don't know like that.
You just know who they are. Yeah.
I don't know. No, like I don't know their last name or anything. I just know who they are. 'Cause I've hung out with them before.
Jaden may be trying to distance himself from Jordan, but Jordan certainly didn't hesitate when police asked him for Jaden's last name.
Well, so that day, me and my friends, I don't know if you guys want me to give you their names or not.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Jaden Churchheus was with me.
We've been beating around the bush, and I'm just gonna get straight to it. There's an incident at Hocking Hill State Park. I know that you was there on September 2nd. Am I right?
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Tell me about that day.
We pulled up and we were about to go hike and go down and look around. And then some dude comes running past. And he's like, somebody just got hit with something. And we think she's dead. So we're like, what? And we turn around and we leave because we don't even want to go down there and see it or anything. And then once we're walking out, there's like ambulances pulling up and all this. And we
Who was with you that day?
the Miranda and AJ and then Jordan.
How'd you guys get there?
Miranda.
Miranda drew for a green card?
Yes.
For a silver card?
What'd you do that day? How long was you there?
We were there not that long. We was just about to walk down the stairs when the guy came up out of the stairs and ran past us.
What did the guy look like?
Some darker dude.
Darker dude.
I don't know. I don't know how to really explain how someone looks. He was just.
Why was he running?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Why was he running? Because I just told you he was running up the stairs, and when we was about to walk down there, he was like, some girl just got hit by a branch and we think she's dead. So we turned around and we left.
So you pulled in, got out of the car, just walked over there, and this guy come running up. You guys just turned around and walked off.
Well, we went down in there a little bit and looked to see if we could see anything, but it was like deep down in there, so we didn't go all the way down in there. And then we just come back, and the EMS passed us and we leave.
Did you hear what happened?
By the dude that ran past us coming up the stairs.
Anything else? I mean, later on?
No.
Nothing at all.
What else am I supposed to know about it?
The truth. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been here 22 years, okay? I've been investigating for 10. Okay? He's a lieutenant for the sheriff's office, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Before we come in here, we already have all the answers. There might be one or two that we don't know. We've already talked to people.
Okay.
I know about your Instagram. We got intel. A lot of serious accusations been brought against you. And this is the time to tell the truth, to help yourself. Because right now, it's really serious. Really, really serious. And you need to be honest and upfront. Because we know a lot more than what you think. Alright?
Then you need to talk to me, sir, in private.
Was this an accident?
Because he's underage. He's underage, and it sounds like you know exactly what happened. So maybe you should go tell me exactly what happened, and then I will talk to him. Because I don't like you saying that you knew what happened.
Yes, ma'am.
And
We do know what happened.
okay, then you know who did it and what happened. So good. Then we'll go in the other room, and you can tell me if he
That's not
participated in this.
This is not how this is going to work.
It's not.
No. Not at all. Your son did something that resulted in the death of a lady.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
No.
And I can prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Then somebody ought to be proving it to me before they're saying something like that to him, because that is very upsetting
What
to
we
me.
want to know, was this an accident? There's always two
I'm
sides
not,
of
I'm
every
not
story.
liking this.
I don't like this from day one.
I don't like it either.
Neither does the family of the lady that.
Excuse me, I know that. I have felt very bad about that. That is sickening to me. And I have even said this is a horrible thing, but for you to sit here and say that he had something to do with this?
And we already do know that. That's beyond a shadow of doubt. The other thing we want to know, was this an accident? Was this something you weren't meaning to happen? Things happen for who knows why things happen? I can't answer this. But I want to know, was this an accident? Or is this something that you meant to do? Because that's a big difference. If this is an accident, or you weren't trying to do this, is one thing.
I didn't do it. I was there.
Police are well aware that Jaden was there, and they know exactly what his plan to avoid the consequences is. Because just a few hours earlier, Jordan tried to use the exact same fake story. That is, until he realized that his freedom might be worth throwing his friend under the bus.
So, obviously, you're ready to start rambling. Let us, talk. You want to hear.
Well,
we want to listen. So, spill it.
well, so that day, me and my friends, I don't know if you guys want me to give you their names or not.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Jaden Churchheus was with me. Miranda and AJ. I don't know AJ's last name.
So it was Jaden,
Yeah.
Churchheus.
Mhm.
Alright, so you three was there. Anybody else?
Nope.
Any family?
No, it was just us. We were just walking around, bored. So we were like, let's go on a hike, and we just went on a hike.
Where'd you hike at?
Well, first we started going down. We went like down, and I don't know how to explain it. You know when you go down, you cross the bridge, and you go up.
So you was at Old Man's Cave.
Yeah, we were at Man's Cave. That's where we went. And then when we went there, nothing was happening. But we went up, like on the backside of the hill, and then we came back because some guy told us that some woman got smashed by a branch. So we turned around and we went down towards the bottom part. And then we came back up and there was a bunch of like EMS people running past us and sirens and everything.
Really?
Yeah, so we just left.
Alright, so Jordan, I want you to be honest with me, okay?
Yeah.
Detective Robertson, you've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. I've worked for the state for 22 years, okay? Before we come in here, we've already got our answers. Right? We ask a series of questions that we have answers to. Alright? So, this is the time to come clean because there's some allegations been brought against you.
What were they?
Well, you was there. You confirmed that you was there.
Yeah.
We knew that you was there. So, there's more to this story. Tell us about the branch being up on top.
Well, but I didn't do anything. Like I just don't like snitching on people. That's the problem.
This is the time.
I know,
this is not about snitching. This is about telling the truth. And telling the truth gets you farther than not telling the truth.
So me and Jaden walked all the way farther down, like clear to the end, not where the metal bridge is. This guy did say that to us, but we did end up going back down. But I skipped a part of what we did. We walked all the way down to the end of this, and Jaden kicked off a branch. Not a branch, it was a log. It was a big log, like probably this wide, this long, and he kicked it, and it rolled off the cliff, and it made a loud bang, so we ran. And we ran into Miranda and AJ. They had no idea. We didn't tell them any of this happened.
That log?
Yeah, it's that log.
That log.
He just kicked it. He didn't pick it up, push it, or anything. He just kicked it.
How big was it?
Like this big, probably. This wide.
Where did he kick it from?
It was like on over a clear part, like the far back part, and it was on this part. It was, and then here's the cliff. It was like right here.
How far away
Kicked it.
from it was it?
Probably about from like right there to right here. And it like rolled down the hill. I don't know if I wasn't like paying attention to what he was doing, so I don't know if he intentionally kicked it or if he like stumbled on it.
Did he pick it up first and carry it?
No. He didn't pick it up at all, not that I saw.
How did he get on the other side of the tree?
I have no idea.
Jordan will eventually have no choice but to explain how the log got on the other side of the tree. You can only weave a tale with so many lies before you trip yourself up in them. Moving forward, you'll hear detectives repeatedly refer to a pact the boys made. That pact was to stick to the first story they told, that they simply showed up after the log had already fallen. It takes each boy less than 20 minutes to decide that pact isn't worth the screens it was typed on.
So tell me what happened, step by step.
Like basically what I was saying. When we walked up by the stairs, I'm not gonna say names because
You have to say names.
Jordan walks, like we were walking, and then there was this log, and he kicks it, and it starts to slide.
Okay.
So you're saying Jordan kicked it?
And then it slid, and then we left.
Okay.
Did you touch this log? Because here's the thing.
What was that again?
Said, did you touch the log? Because we've talked to Jordan, Miranda, and AJ. They all said you're the one that did it.
I grabbed the log.
Okay, so you touched the log.
I touched it, but I did not kick it off or throw it off.
Then what happened to it? How did that smash a lady?
He got kicked off the edge.
Who kicked it?
Jordan.
Jordan kicked it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
We talked to Miranda,
I know this.
AJ.
I know this.
I know about your pact with Jordan. You guys already had this rehearsed. It took him about 30 seconds to break down. Same thing with Miranda and AJ. They're pissed. They don't want anything to do with this.
I get this.
We know where they were standing.
We gotta be completely honest with ourselves and others here. You touched it.
Yes,
When did
I
you touch it?
When?
Yes.
Before it fell off.
Before it fell off.
Yeah.
How did it start sliding?
Jordan kicked.
Which one's Jordan? That's Jordan. So Jordan's the one that kicked it? And it slid down like this at that same angle.
Kicked like the corner of it. Yes, that's how it went off.
So I just want to make sure I understand. This is the log. This is the log. You flipped it over. And after you flipped it over, you didn't touch it. Is what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I remember.
And this is Jordan. This is you. This is Miranda and AJ. And Jordan.
I was standing like right behind a tree.
Do you know what's down here?
Yeah.
Do you know where you were at? You're at the Buckley and Jaden State Park, but do you know what specific part of the park you were at? Old Man's Cave. That's where the 3.5 million visitors every year come out to see Old Man's Cave, Buckley Hills, right? So directly underneath here, do you know what that is? That's the actual Old Man's Cave. You're on top of the actual part of Old Man's Cave with heavy codes. What do you think's down there?
People,
Dead people. If something would fall off, what do you think would happen to the person?
Pass.
I'm sorry?
They would pass.
You mean pass? Die? They would die.
Now, you obviously can't see the doodles the detectives have whipped up, but that's okay, because everything the boys have had them draw is a complete lie. The pile of wood that the log was taken from was 40 feet away from the edge of the cliff on a flat path. The way the trees were staggered along the cliffside would have made it impossible for the log to be kicked laterally down the slope. It would have had to have been picked up. But by which teenager?
The log was right here, and he kicked it, and it went down.
And it rolled this way?
Yeah, it rolled that way.
That's impossible. That's going back uphill.
I thought you were saying this is where the cliff is.
This is the cliff's edge right here. Stairs are down here. This is your cliff's edge. There's trees.
Yeah, so it, okay, so
They're standing trees.
let me do a different page. I messed it up. So if this is the cliff's edge, there'd be a tree right here, and there'd be a tree right here. And the log was in between the trees when he kicked it, and it just rolled down.
Okay. So these are two big trees right here.
Mm-hmm.
No, those two big trees are laying down.
They're laying on the ground. These logs was over here.
On the ground.
So if he kicked it, it's going to hit this tree.
I didn't even know there was trees on the ground.
Did you guys pick it up and carry it across?
I
Did you
didn't
guys
pick it
jack
up.
it around?
I didn't pick it up, and I didn't see him pick it up. As far as he told me he kicked it.
Where was you at when he? What was you doing when he was?
I was messing around. I was behind him. Because before that, we were like standing on branches and like hanging on them, but they were farther back. I wasn't near the cliff when I was doing that. And I was just like bouncing on them.
Mm-hmm.
And because before that, there was this branch that came off, and I hung on it over this like bridge thing, and it bounced me up. But it didn't fall off, so it was fine. And then I walked back over, and I just kept doing that because I was bored. And then I heard a loud bang, and he started running, so I ran with him, and he told me he kicked the log off.
Okay. Hear any screaming?
I didn't hear any screaming, and then when we ran back, we turned around, and that guy came up to us and said that to us.
The
black dude.
Okay, the black guy come up and said.
He said not to go that way.
Okay, so before you guys kicked the log off, was you guys throwing rocks and sticks and everything?
No, never threw anything.
Wasn't kicking anything off. Nobody yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100% sure.
Was you throwing stuff prior before you threw that log over?
Huh?
Was you throwing anything over, like sticks,
I didn't throw
branches? Anybody? Did you hear people doing it? Didn't hear nothing. All those people. You didn't hear anybody. Couldn't hear anybody yelling at you to stop throwing the branches over.
Yes, sir, because I didn't throw no branch over.
Throw rock.
Yes, sir.
I just told you I did not throw anything.
According to reports and witness statements, both boys were intoxicated as they embarked on their hike. It's been stated that rocks and sticks were being thrown, and that in general, the group was acting rowdy and drawing attention to themselves. That, of course, makes it much harder to get away with killing an innocent lady.
She's got to tell the truth. This is very serious. Okay?
I know.
Right? I know you're scared. The best thing for you to do is tell the truth. Okay?
Yes.
Maybe what he was asking for the truth.
I
That's
know,
it.
but I don't want him to sit and say, you
I'm
know,
literally
it's the
telling
law.
you the truth right now. Like I've done told you the truth.
I'm not
Everyone
protecting
else-
him.
Everyone
I
else is telling us
Sorry, man.
you're the one that kicked the tree over. You're the one that did it.
Okay, I did not kick it off.
Did you throw it off?
No, sir.
So you flipped it over and Jordan kicked it.
Yes.
Why did Jordan flip it over?
Huh?
Why did Jordan kick it off? Why did you flip it over?
I flipped it over
Why?
because we was going to take it off. Because we just wanted to be like, oh, this would be fun, right?
You showed off to the girls.
See how many we can make. So I flipped it, then I was like, second thoughts.
Were there any messages that you and Jordan were talking back and forth?
He texted me, he texted me, and he talked to me, like, about what happened, like the situation.
What did he say?
He was just like, some bad stuff's about to happen or something.
You know what?
And I was just like, alright. And then I hung up because I was at the crash yesterday. I was out front of the school.
Yeah, you have Facebook.
Yes.
Instagram. This right here is from our intel. We do a background check on anything that comes in. So when they give me this information, it's got the links of everything that he has accounts. And we can click on that and what we were saying, it was still there. Just got the conversation that you had last night.
Then you already know what he talked about, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So somebody
That's
want to
how-
share that with me?
That's how we know if someone's being truthful truthful with us or not. We're not quite there. Close. Not quite there.
Do you mind?
I'm being truthful.
Why would they say you're the one that made that little go over the cliff? If they were sitting there watching,
Maybe because I was close to it, I guess. I don't know.
well,
I watched Jordan with my eyes. Yeah.
after you flipped it.
Do you know what? You guys, I'm being very patient with this, but it sounds like you're trying to talk him into saying something that
I'm
he's
trying
being
to
honest
I'm
with
trying
you.
to talk him into telling me the truth.
But he just told you what
No,
happened.
that's not the truth. I did.
So
that's
you're
not the
trying to
truth.
get him to say something that
I'm trying to get him to tell us the truth. Is what I'm trying to do. Not a trick.
I don't understand.
Not a trick,
You have his
just-
phone. You have.
We're just trying to get him to tell us what happened.
He's
Because at the
just
end of
told
the
you
day,
3 times.
that's not the
something.
truth.
It's
At
not.
the end of the day, that lady lost her life.
I know that. I'm very sad for that lady. I'm very
I'm
sad
very
for
sad
Amy.
for her.
I was sick to my stomach when I heard about this, and then to find out that he was there. I'm.
Did you know that he was there?
No, I did not. He does not leave this town.
Well, he did it on that day.
Exactly. From what I hear, I did not know he was there.
So he was not being truthful.
No,
with
he
you.
was. It's not that he wasn't being truthful. He just didn't tell me that he went there. I didn't ask him if he went there, so therefore it was not being. It wasn't being untruthful.
I know what happened out there.
Where you take a lie detector test.
And I told you.
Where you take a lie detector test. It tells the truth.
I don't have to.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you the truth, so.
Jordan's gonna take one.
Yeah. Let's get it scheduled right in. Verify that him and the others are telling the truth.
Okay.
Or you take one to verify you're telling the truth.
Yeah, sure.
Or get that scheduled right away.
The station's polygraph examiner is going to have a field day because Jordan didn't just agree to take a test, he begged to.
I was going through it. Like, you could hook me up to a lie detector test, I could kick it out and throw it. All Jaden told me was I'd kick the log off. Like, I swear on everything. You can put the lie detector test on me and I'll say the same exact thing, because that's exactly what happened.
We can do that. That's not a problem. We have a person in the house that does it.
If you want to, I will gladly do that.
Is there any reason to do that, though?
No?
Is there anything that you have not told us the truth about? Is there anything you have not mentioned to us that you know about this? Be very, very specific.
It's like,
is there anything else you have not said today? Because I don't want to have a conversation in a few minutes. Oh, hey, what about this?
About this. Like, not really, not anything that I know of that. We didn't really do anything else after that.
Where'd you guys go to after that?
Miranda and AJ left because they wanted us to get out of the car after we told them. They told us they didn't want to be around us, and they told us to get.
So
they were crying. They were mad at us. They were crying.
So they knew that
this happened. Yeah.
this happened.
Yeah, I told them about it.
Kick it. Kick it. Good morning. So, you just get arrested working for that one. So,
We better do the lie detector test first on Jordan, don't you think, before you arrest him for homicide? Yeah.
He's saying.
It doesn't matter what he says. You guys have to do it. That's just talk, like detective talk. You can't. You think I would let you arrest him? Like Jordan Spears would let you arrest Jordan without a lie detector test?
Man, you don't have a choice in this. In the United States, there's a thing called probable cause.
You know what? I do have a choice.
Cause.
So you're gonna have to you're just gonna have to talk. I just have to get an attorney with the minimum wage 2 jobs that I work because you know what? We do have choices.
Yes, we do have choices. We have a choice.
Okay.
That
Well,
happened,
when you get the I know this lady died. When you get the lie detector test set up for him, then you'll just have to contact me. As for now, Jaden, I will be leaving.
And that's
If
not
you're
correct. You
finished.
can leave. Jaden's going to be placed under arrest.
No, he can't be. He's 16 years old.
So, man, it doesn't matter.
He
did something that resulted in the death of Miss Schafer.
Where are you think you're gonna take him?
Juvenile detention.
No.
Yes, ma'am. That's how serious this is.
It is serious, but you're not.
If this was an accident,
You're
that's what we got to
saying
find
the
out
same
now,
thing
right now.
Over and
Yes.
over.
If this was an accident, this is what we need to know.
But he keeps
Because what will
telling
happen?
you the
What
same thing over and over. He keeps telling you.
Man, there's evidence. There's DNA evidence. There's evidence of what happened. So, in the meantime, you guys both touched it. It both resulted into the death of another. You're both going to go for a homicide. Unless there's anything you want to tell me.
Hey, Miranda.
I told you everything that happened and everything that
You got to be completely honest. This is your life.
I know.
Miss Schaefer's life is already over.
I know this.
We got to make her life right. For the person who's responsible for her death, they can answer.
I know that. And I told you what happened. I told you who kicked it off. I told you who flipped it.
Yes. Is that the story you're going to stick with? Troy, you got anything else to add?
No. I was there that night. Pictures.
Do you know what a 74-pound wall does to a lady's head?
Oh, what?
Do you know what a 74-pound wall does to a lady's head? A human body.
I'm sure. Yeah, sure. Sure, I know what would happen to it.
What would happen?
Head?
And your head
Are you going to show him a picture of that too?
I don't have a picture of it.
Good. That's pretty.
Do you want to see it?
Mom, I can show you.
I can show
To
you.
show you what your son did.
Excuse me?
I'm asking.
What my son did?
Yes, ma'am. There's witnesses to this.
There's not witnesses. They're all saying each other did it. Until you have some pretty good stuff, then no, I don't want to believe any of that. I don't want to see some lady's head. I don't want anybody to be injured. I'm a lover, not a fighter or a herder.
I would agree with that and saying this. I don't want anybody to get hurt, no matter who you are.
Right,
I don't see anybody
exactly. But no, I don't. And I don't really want Jaden to ever see anything like that.
But at the end of the day, your son moved along, however got moved, however got kicked over the side, resulted in the lady's death.
Right.
Which is tragic enough.
Mhm. I agree. I agree.
So what do you think should happen?
I think the lie detector test should be done on every one of the kids that was there.
That's being done.
Yeah, and that's going to tell you a lot. I mean, you already have the text, so that's information that you have that you already know.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah.
So who do you think should be accountable for this?
Whoever did it, whoever was responsible for making the log go over the cliff, exactly.
I would agree with that 110%.
Yes. Yeah.
The text last night.
Whether it was, whether the kids were playing, whether it was, I'm sure they didn't do it on purpose because they were playing. If they were playing.
If this was an accident.
I'm sure they aren't just going to say, I'm going to kill some lady, let's throw a log on her head. I mean, who does that? Nobody.
And there is people that does that.
I'm sorry, I'm not in your line, so I don't see that. In my life, everything's happy. We're happy people. It's hard when something negative comes along.
Aside from negative being a bit of an understatement here, it doesn't seem that things are quite as happy as Jaden's mother is trying to paint them. As you'll see later, Jaden has a very close relationship with the school resource officer, who makes a reference to knowing when he's lying. In court, Victoria's husband actually made a statement regarding rumors about both of the suspects.
When they were caught, the information that we received about these teenagers was very disturbing, such as they showed no remorse at all. They were selling drugs at the high school bathroom and thought they might have been arrested for that. They were members of a gang, and even that they were bragging about what they did, and they had no intention of ever coming forward.
While we can't validate anything else that Victoria Schafer's husband claimed, it was widely circulated in the media. However, we do know one thing. Jaden was bragging after killing Victoria, and what he said certainly is disturbing.
Taking a picture right there.
My phone was dead in the car.
This phone's always different.
Miranda taking any pictures that day?
I don't know.
Jordan taking any pictures?
I don't know. Ask them.
Well, if somebody that don't know, you sure don't want to know a lot.
Okay. Sorry.
Is that a picture of you?
This is serious, man.
I know this.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Somebody drove me off the cliff when I was 15 too. It took me years to walk again. I thought I was going to be paralyzed my whole life. I wasn't dead, but it was a shame too.
I'm sorry for that.
We were just talking about what Jaden's going to be when he grows up 10 minutes ago. This is like flooring me. How am I supposed to react?
What's that?
My new phone.
Okay. As a picture of your phone. This is a trick question. So what messages are on there?
What?
What messages are on there from last night?
From Jordan?
Yeah.
None that I remember, like I said.
Well, let's take a look
When
at
he
this.
sends pictures and they go away.
I know we explained they don't always go away. On your phone?
Yeah.
What's on your phone?
What's on my phone?
That's my question. Show us what you and Jordan talked about last night. do me a favor, so you put the phone, display it down so I can see it. I just want to make sure it doesn't delete it.
Well,
Thank you. I understand. You're
I have to download the apps because I use my other phone.
like more than one phone.
Like I have my phone that don't work, like I use it on Wi-Fi, that just got shut off because I just got this phone, so I have like nothing on it.
So how did you talk to Jordan last time?
On the app on my other phone, but I'm getting it on this phone right now for you.
Okay, I'll put it back down so I can see it. Thank you.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, the texts have magically disappeared from Jaden's phone. Jordan, however, is happy to tell them what was said. Well, a version of what was said that makes him look good, at least.
So I kind of knew what it was about, so I kind of texted Jaden and was like, dude, something's going to happen. We're going to get caught. I said, I don't know what you want me to say, but I'm not getting in trouble for you. I said, I won't tell them, but if they ask me, I'm not going to completely lie and get myself in trouble. And then he said, okay, I'm not really worried about it. And that was the end of it. I called him yesterday in the parking lot, and that's what I said.
So you called him yesterday?
That was it. Yep, that's the last time I talked to Jaden.
Jaden say he did it?
Yeah, Jaden's told me that he did it before.
No.
And
What the girl say?
yeah, he said that in front of me.
Okay. So the girl
said-
would say.
He said I already caught a body by the age of 16. So he more thought of it as funny.
He said what?
I already got a body at the age of 16.
You think this is funny?
I don't think it's funny. I think that's the only reason why I'm telling you all this, because I think it's serious. It's very serious. Someone lost their life for someone being stupid and messing around. I have to say something because this is just me being. I told Bailey that I did do this with him, but I did not. I was just trying to act cool in front of her because I thought it was cool, but it's not. After I realized the severity of it, and
You know what police want to get you?
charges.
Charged with murder.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If it comes down to it, I would literally take a lie detector test for this. Like, if you guys do not believe me, I will 100% take a lie detector test, and I 100% will prove to you that I had nothing to do with it, and I did not kick or touch that log.
Why didn't you stand and say something?
Because I don't know, I was freaked out about it because I thought it was just all going to go away and everybody would have forgot about it.
You're going to forget about a death?
No, I don't know.
You ever see what a woman looks like with her head open?
No,
You want to see it?
no.
Yeah, that's the thing. Irresponsible act.
I know.
4 kids without a mom. Husband without a wife. Grow up. It's time to grow up right now.
I know. And that's why.
What you do and what you say from this point on is going to affect the rest of your life. If there is anything you have not told us, anything you held back, anything you don't want to tell us, maybe you guys were kicking the log together. You got to tell us
No,
right now.
I did not kick that log with him. I swear on everything.
Did you touch that log?
Come on.
Give me a second. When I was standing in front of him, he said,
Wait a minute. Before you answer, I'm going to tell you something. You know what DNA is?
yeah,
You do.
yeah, I know DNA is. So I touched the log to move it out of the area. But I hit,
to move it out of the area.
to move it, it was right in between these trees and he pushed it out. And then I helped him push it out, but he kicked it down. I didn't kick it. So I did touch the log.
So you helped him.
No, I didn't know he was going to kick it off.
But you
I helped him pull it out, yeah.
And it didn't come from this pile of logs right here.
No, we did not
You're
carry it. We did not carry
You're lying
it.
to me.
I swear to God, I didn't carry that log. He'll tell you the
It's
same
impossible.
thing. I did not carry that log.
Okay, did he?
I don't
Because I
know.
know for a fact that log had to be picked up.
How would he pick up a log? Jaden's smaller than I am, so I don't know how he would pick up a log and carry it over a tree.
I carried that thing up by myself.
I know,
But
but
I'm a little guy.
you're bigger than me. You're a lot bigger than me. Like, arm-wise.
And I'm a lot older than you, too.
Look at that. 15 measure.
I didn't carry a log. All I'm saying is I didn't carry it.
Remember I told you before we come in here we already had the answers?
Mm-hmm.
We already got the answers.
I know, but I did not carry the log.
Where'd you pick that log up?
Well, I didn't pick it up. I just pulled it. I dragged it.
When you dragged it, where were you standing? Where was it?
I was right here, like right beside Jaden.
Both of the boys have been trying to throw each other under the bus, but Jordan actually isn't the only one to say that he said he already caught my first body at 17. In a separate interrogation, Miranda, who was in the car after the incident took place, said the same thing.
Jaden, at one point, I don't remember the conversation before this, but it was in the car, like after it happened. Like Jaden's words were, I caught my first body at 17, and then he laughed. Like I remember that.
Who said that?
Jaden.
They may have felt like they could get away with anything, but the entire time, detectives really have known everything, and they have the forensic evidence to prove it. There was a clear indentation in the soil where the log was taken from. That indentation was near the pile of logs, 40 feet away from the cliff's edge. The log was undeniably moved there and put into place on the edge of the cliff with a clear plan in mind. But it wasn't simply rolled off the edge. The location of the trees was the first giveaway that was impossible. But the second giveaway was just how far the log flew off the side of the cliff. The boys have no idea that there is a ledge beneath the one they were standing on. In order to clear that ledge, the log would have had to have been forcefully thrown, not rolled. In addition, the log weighed 74 pounds at the time of this interrogation, after having been dried out for over a week. Throwing it would have taken actual effort and strength.
I mean, I'm not trying to lie here, old.
Jaden, I can't talk to you much about it.
Yeah, I can't either.
Okay. The only thing I will say is you need to be completely honest. If you had something to do with this,
I know, I told them what I did.
I believe it's an accident.
It was an accident.
But you need to tell them exactly what happened. You're not telling them the truth. You and I have worked together a lot.
That's what I remember.
You and I have worked together a lot. I can tell when you're not telling the truth.
I was telling the truth. I flipped it.
Don't go into it. This is all I'm saying, okay? You need to be and tell them exactly. I would not tell you this if I wasn't looking out for you. They have, and they know exactly what happened. I've seen it. I've seen everything.
I know.
They know exactly what happened. You need to be honest with them.
I know.
Because that can be the difference between accidental and non-accidental. You take that where you want. Again, I don't want you to talk to me about it. I'm just telling you, like I tell you guys all the time, it's always best to be completely honest.
I'm being honest, like, I told them what I remembered. Like, so much stuff ran through my head.
You're leaving details out. Again, they know exactly what happened. No more under pressure myself. Jay, did you get anything to eat?
No, they didn't have anything.
Yeah, we offered it to them here at the beginning.
They didn't have paper towels.
I'm sorry, buddy. You want something to drink? Can I get you a water or a bottle or something?
I got $1.
I'm not worried about it, will you?
I'm Mountain Dew.
Alright. I'll go get you a Mountain Dew, alright?
Down the hall, Jordan finally has a chance to talk to his parents, who were both at work several miles away. Unfortunately for him, he's in for a bit more tough love than his co-conspirator got.
Why didn't you tell us that you were out holding his cake to begin with?
Because I didn't want anybody to even know about this at all. Because I just wasn't thinking about it. I tried not to.
Well, when something like this happens and somebody loses their life, it doesn't matter if it's your best friend. You know, if Preston was to do something like this and I witnessed this, I would turn him in for it, just like I would you. So doing the right thing is the right thing. Somebody lost a mom that day. Somebody lost their daughter.
I know.
So every with the details that you have, you better give it to them.
All right.
Is this Dad?
Yeah. Stepdad.
Stepdad.
Hey, stepdad. My name's Dust. I'm a detective with the sheriff's office. I am going to ask for a DNA sample, which is a swab. It's a simple swab of the mouth. That way, it says who he is with the crime lab. So that way, if he didn't touch the log, then it will show it that way.
Are you okay with that?
Dan, this is probably really something you guys should be talking to Lisa about.
Well,
I tried to get a hold of her.
Mom,
Can I call her now and she would answer?
Yes. I'm going to text her right now and let her know that you're going to be calling.
Okay.
Hey, Dad. This is something we can get a search warrant for him, and I don't want to do that. I want to do it with his cooperation and yours, because I don't want to muddy the water or make.
And Chris will be totally cooperative, but he's stepdad, so
I will be 100%
he's saying right now he wants Mom to make the decision on
Yeah,
this.
I would just.
If it was my choice, I would just let you guys do it right now.
Yeah, it just appears better on the surface, cooperation and us compelling him to do something like that. Making
Yeah,
it do that.
I'm 100% aware that he should do it, and Jordan's admitting that he will do it, but I've already had my by my wife, so.
I understand. I get it.
We will make contact with her, Chris. Okay. I have Jordan in the office with me, along with investigators from ODNR and one of the detectives from Hocking County Sheriff's Office.
Was he there? I mean,
Yes.
I'm leaving work now.
Yes, he was there.
It will take me 50 minutes, and everybody. I mean, I know it's already taken place, and I couldn't answer my phone. I know Chris okayed it, but I had gallbladder surgery, and so I don't remember much from that week. So I didn't even know he was there.
Okay. Yeah, that's my understanding. You guys didn't know he was there. And right now, he's just being interviewed as a witness.
Okay, how many kids were out there?
Me and 3 others.
I mean,
I'll let him answer that.
I was with Jaden Churchheus, Miranda, and AJ. I don't know AJ.
Did you hear him?
Yeah, I don't know any of those people's names.
Okay.
And, okay, so he's just a witness. Are they all minors?
One's an adult. But the other 2 didn't even witness it. They weren't even, like, around us when it happened. It was me and Jaden that were over there.
Were you a part of it, Jordan?
I didn't, like, push it off, but I moved the log with him. I pulled it out. I didn't know he was going to kick it off, though.
But a woman died. Why did you not tell Chris and I this?
Because I freaked out, Mom. I freaked out.
It doesn't matter. I've taught you to do right, Jordan. A woman lost her life and you knew it. Always coming first is what you do.
Part of the investigation, there's evidence that we collect. So I want to ask him for his DNA sample. It's just a swab of the mouth, same thing you get at a doctor's office.
Yes. I mean, if he's in the wrong, he knows that I've taught my kids that they take the punishment.
Okay, so we have your permission to take that swab?
You have my permission to take his, yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you. We'll see you when you get here.
Okay, well, we'll see you when you get here. Again, don't rush. We're just talking to him right now, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
This is the look of a teenager who has just realized that he is completely and totally screwed. And he's not the only one.
Why? I'm Detective Animal.
So this is one of our detectives that works for me. So Troy, if you want to explain, or
Shut the door.
Alright, so, brought you down here, come in and talk to you. We have enough evidence from your statements and your Jordan's statements. Alright? We're gonna be arrested for right now, we're gonna be detained. We're gonna take you down to JVC.
Just me. The prosecutor and the judge already signed off. We have to. But you gotta think about this. We have.
You know what that's doing to me? That's hitting me in the head with a log. You cannot do that.
Why would you say
Because
something
you
like
can't
that?
take him to jail. There's bad people there.
Well, there's not good people in jail.
There's bad people there.
Why did you
You
say
can't
hit me
take
in the log in the head? That's
because
not
you're trying to take him away for something that you can't take.
Again, this is not me. This is the prosecutor's office. This is the actual prosecutor and the juvenile court judge. This is out of my hands. These are the elected officials doing this.
You're just gonna take him out of here with him right now through
Right now.
this school?
Yes.
How's that make you feel?
It hasn't made me feel very good at all since the beginning of this, September 2nd at 6:20 when I got that phone call and I seen that lady. It has not made me feel good at all. This doesn't make me feel good.
Do you know what? I have raised this boy for 17 years by myself, and this does not make me feel good. Why would you take him out of the school like this in front of these people?
Which one we're going to see.
There's no one.
There's a car right there waiting.
He's never been away from me.
This is not my decision.
He's never
I
been
know.
away from me. You can't just take him down there.
Yes, ma'am, we can. So stand up for me, please.
No, you guys.
Well, you're going to have a court date tomorrow. Today's Thursday. So Friday, he will be in front of the juvenile court judge for his arraignment. And I told Don that he needs to what he needs to do, the options he has.
We're gonna
You
get,
guys
I'm gonna get all the
don't
students
me.
away from where he's going out.
Go grab this. Grab it. Just call your Don.
Gotcha.
Give us a minute. We everybody cleared up.
Jade and I asked them to go out, make sure there's no students out. Okay.
You're not going to put handcuffs or something on him.
Maybe that's our policy.
Oh my gosh, what a great way to start off your life when you're 17. Can't you just walk him out there? He's not a criminal.
Miss Schafer is 46 years old.
Pardon me?
So Miss Schafer is 46 years old.
I know how old she is. I read. What are you telling me that for?
Well, you're saying he's 17. I'm telling you Miss Schafer is 46 years old. Just like you're calling about law to the head, that was uncalled for. I have not treated you with disrespect whatsoever. Please don't treat
You're
me with
ripping me
disrespect.
apart. You just can't
Ma'am,
take
I'm
my
not doing
baby.
anything. This is the prosecutor and the judge. I am following their orders. I cannot disobey a judge. All right, are we clear?
Good, Dave.
But then
Alright, turn around. We're going to back.
Oh my gosh.
tomorrow, I'll tell you, explain to you what time. Tammy, listen to this. This is important. Tammy, listen to me. Tomorrow, the arraignment will be at the juvenile court. Do you know where that's at?
No, I
Do you know
don't.
where the courthouse is? It's the second floor.
The older courthouse.
And I'll find out what time it is, and I'll let you know what time to be there. Is
You
this?
may as well take me too, because I'm not going to have a job. I'm not going to have a roof to put over his head. I'm not going to have a paycheck.
Tammy, can I call you at that 215 number and let you know what time the arraignment's going to be? That way you can be there. You and Don. All right, are we clear?
You know, I feel really bad for this lady that's gone and her family, and this is not good to do to our family. This is going to rip my family apart. I'm going to lose my job. I love that boy more than anything.
Tammy, I know. I want to talk to you while everybody's on. Tammy, this has nothing to do with you or to do with Don. Me and Don are old friends for a long time.
I don't care what you guys are. I don't
know.
care. I just wanted him near me, so because he's my backbone, I wanted him there just so I feel safe. Because I can't do this by myself. I work minimum wage, 2 jobs to put a roof over Jaden's head. I can't leave work. I don't have time for this.
Timmy, I have never said anything to you where you didn't raise him proper or show him the right way. Because I can tell you, sitting here talking to him, he was very respectful. He was a nice kid to talk to. I don't see that a lot.
But they
And I'm
can't
sure
get
with
the
Officer
jail
Heath-
without anything.
Both Jaden and Jordan were taken to a juvenile detention center, though just a few weeks later, it was decided that they would be tried as adults. They were each charged with murder, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless homicide. When faced with court, both of the teenagers took plea deals, pleaded guilty to 1 count of involuntary manslaughter each. As a result, they were both set to serve 3 years in the juvenile detention facility.